I'm speaking with Councillor candidate Lee Patterson. Lee, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Lee Patterson. I've been a Hartland resident for almost 20 years. I know it makes me look old. Live here with my lovely wife and 3 children. Blessed to be here and actually very honored to have a chance to represent the town of Hartland in the upcoming election.
Okay, your first question. The recently tabled federal budget has earmarked funding for green initiatives. How do you see Hartland benefiting from these funds?
Well, first of all, on the green initiatives that the government so graciously are adding money or aiding money to, I think I would try to look in the last 5 years of municipalities that have had success in increasing their maybe exposure to better green living, for lack of better words. And I would like to have a task committee formed if I'm elected by incorporating maybe town folks and experts in the green sector. I think that we've come up with a more concise progress report to get back to town folks how we better it.
How would you ensure continued growth and development in the town of Hartland while maintaining a favorable tax rate for businesses and residents?
Well, I think to drive growth, we have to come up with a live here strategy. And when you look around our wonderful town, the biggest struggle I see is there's no housing, no new people can move here because there's no place to stay. So maybe creating a live here strategy that would include developments for condos, townhouses, duplexes, apartments, and even single living lots would make people want to live here because then they have the opportunity to do so. And by doing that, you obviously would increase your tax base by having more population, more structures, and I think that would be a favorable solution.
Okay. Hartland has almost 2,000 jobs in the town, while less than 1,000 people actually live here. What should the town do to attract more people to live in Hartland and retain the residents we currently have?
First of all, aren't we lucky to have the employment and industrial park that we have here in our town? I think that a lot of people take that for granted. So back to my last answer, this kind of flows together. I think more people would want to live here, and why wouldn't they want to live here? Look around. We have a picturesque river view and a national historic attraction in the bridge. But currently, I think there hasn't been enough emphasis on live here strategy, like I said before. So certainly setting up a plan where you maybe would aid developers via maybe water and sewage breaks or deferrals, tax deferrals. Do a land scope to see what available lots are actually, maybe right hidden underneath our eyes. And we need to have access to living, whether it be apartments, condos, townhouses, or single dwelling houses. And I think the good news is that's doable. And if elected, that hopefully I can be on that committee or help chair.
Okay. And for the final question, how do you see the development of recreation facilities and tourism establishments in Hartland? And how would you balance that spending with transportation and utility infrastructure needs?
Well, first of all, I've been lucky enough to be on the community complex committee for some time and have vast knowledge in that regards of what a new facility might do for the community here. In regards to the infrastructure that we have, I think that there is a need to look beneath the soil. I think we have some weak links in water and sewage possibility throughout the town, and maybe that's not the glorious type of build where people see. It's more exciting to build buildings and to build ballparks and such. So there certainly is a fiscal balance you have to maintain, and it's like having a strong foundation. You don't want to put a weak home or a good home on a weak foundation. So I think infrastructure is important to maintain and look after. And let's face it, we have tourism already. We just have to do a better job to manage it. So we're probably one of the few towns that are lucky enough to already have people coming here, and we just got to figure out how to keep them here. So I'm not sure if that answers the question, but that's kind of how I feel in that regards.
Okay, now you have some time for closing remarks.
So first of all, I want to say I'm very honored to have the opportunity with the other 10 individuals that have totally stepped out of their comfort zone to run for a seat on this council. I've worked with this council for the last 6 years on various committees and projects, but most importantly, I love this town. I love living in this town. We have probably, if you look at all the side committees, beautification committees, and Friends of Hartlands, and the list goes on and on and on, and people make towns. And I'm lucky enough, with my kids a little older, to have some time to donate and be involved, and I would be honored, truly honored, if I could have an opportunity to have a seat on council.
Okay, thank you.